healing, and sitting here in my office doing a bit of work, and just received a couple of emails and phone call all relating to the same type of thing. So I thought I would throw a message out in reference of this, and maybe it will help some of you. So recently I have been hearing from people that they're feeling that they're experiencing, of course, lots of stress, and some common words that are being thrown around are things like people feeling just plain tired, feeling exhausted, like there's not enough hours in a day, and feeling depleted and needing something to fill them up and make them feel a little more whole again. And I know that these individuals are certainly not alone. I have been feeling very similar myself recently and numerous times throughout my life. So I wanted to speak a little bit about the effects of stress and what maybe you could do to help yourself overcome stress. So we all know what it feels like to be stressed. There's every type of stress, from basic rush hour traffic stress or to more significant stress of work pressures or family pressures or illness, etc. And then there's more extreme cases of stress, perhaps for some of us, that may be combining not only the regular daily stresses, which can be positive and negative, but the bigger picture stresses of finances, economy, work, maybe job loss, maybe death, grieving the loss of a loved one, compounded with maybe facing our own mortality or having to make very big life decisions or facing particular traumatic events in our lives. So regardless of the level of your stress, we all live with stress. And unfortunately, the body becomes accustomed to this level of being and this state of being, and we live in what we would perceive as a state of the fight or flight response. So the fight or flight response stimulates our nervous system, or is a state where our nervous system is stimulated to a point where it wants to either fight and fend off or defend ourselves and protect ourselves, or it wants to flight or flee and avoid a situation or rush away from, say, a predator. So whether it be fight or flight, or even freeze, where we stay stuck in a space that we feel unable to free ourselves from, unable to fight or unable to flee a situation. Where this becomes a bigger problem is that this becomes a pattern or cycle. So it triggers what we call continuous stress response patterning in the body, in the mind. In other words, your mind starts to perceive that this level of stress is now normal and expected. So we walk through our lives looking for that next shocker, that next stress factor to come along. And this is not healthy. Not only is it not healthy, it's not helpful. Ideally, we should be able to find a way or find techniques or tools that can help us trigger the opposite reaction of the mind and the nervous system. So rather than living in a state of stress response, living with more awareness of and more experience of a relaxation response. So one of the best ways that we can help you here at Satori Yoga and Healing to find the state of relaxation response, and to know that you always have this ability within you. You don't need to have somebody else teach you how to do it. It's just a reminder. You know how to relax. We've just forgotten. So I'd like to invite you all to maybe take part in a restorative yoga class. The entire premise behind restorative yoga is to restore the body and restore the mind back to a state of wholeness, to a state of understanding what it means to live and experience in a more relaxed state, to be able to move away from or step away from the fight or flight response into a space of being able to be mindfully aware in the moment, take each moment as it comes, be able to relax and be present with what is, and induce a more relaxed state to the body and the mind. This alone is not only helpful, it's healing. Now, I've heard many of you say, as you've come into yoga classes here before, that at the end of Shavasana you'd like to be able to just curl up and stay and take a nap for the afternoon. Well then, what has been holding you back from restorative yoga? Restorative yoga is essentially different postures that we place the body into in order to bring us into a state like Shavasana. So essentially each pose is Shavasana, placing the body in positions where there's no physical stress, encouraging the mind to come to a place where there's minimal mental stress, and encouraging you to feel what it's like to be just here, present in your body, present with your breath. Some of you have been joking and calling it a nap class, and I think that's a wonderful thing. If you happen to fall asleep, you're likely exhausted and needing it. So the next time you find yourself saying that you're just tired, you're exhausted, you're at your breaking point, hopefully not, that you're feeling very stressed, maybe anxious or depressed, and maybe you're just feeling sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. So when you hear yourself saying or thinking these things, maybe let it be a reminder to you that restorative yoga is here and it's here to help. We have 3 classes a week, and we would love to see you come in and learn how to enhance these skills for yourself and then take them home to your own practice. So we're here teaching restorative yoga practice on Sunday mornings from 9 to 10:30, on Mondays from 12:10 to 1, and on Tuesday evenings from 7 to 8 p.m. It is our intention here to bring you practices and teachings that can help all around in restoring you to your best self. We hope to see you soon. Namaste.